I've had just about enough. It's enough of all these feminists here on YouTube. Not just on YouTube, but I'm also looking at The Atlantic and all these other fucking online article websites and stuff. You know, I'm seeing a lot of this stuff. Even The Guardian is writing about it. Hey, here's the thing. I already reviewed and gave my reaction of the Ghostbusters trailer. It looks downright awful, right? It looks pretty fucking bad. And I'm not saying that, you know, I wasn't one of the ones that really said that. I didn't say the CGI was great. I said it was all right looking. It wasn't really the worst ever. But I said the main point of this movie, why I think it looks bad, is the cast looks fucking awful. I already said this. Melissa McCarthy, she is just popular because they want to put a fat girl in a main role. They haven't had a popular fat comedian since Rosie O'Donnell, or, you know, to give a better example, Roseanne Barr, for example. You know, they haven't had one in a long time, so they want. So, you know, it's perfect because here in 2016, we've got, you know, being body positive and F your beauty standards and all that. And usually I would talk about this on my Brad Rand's channel, but this is about a movie, so I'm not going to put my social politic beliefs and stuff like that on the Brad Rand's channel. I want this to be on my major main page because everybody needs to hear what I'm about to say. So everybody is up in arms because James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, who I want to admit, yeah, there was some funny business with him, with the, you know, with money and stuff. But, you know, guys, whatever. I like his content here on YouTube. I'm not going to go crazy. That's reserved for another day. You know, that's already been investigated by Wrestling Jesus and stuff. I don't need to go do that. But James Rolfe is giving an opinion that I greatly respect, by the way. He says that he's not going to see the movie. And why is he not going to see the movie? Because it looks shitty. Right there, you could end the story. That's a good reason. The guy right there, without having to say any more, that is his opinion. And in this country, he is allowed to state it. By the rules of YouTube, it's not hate speech. It's nothing against. Hey, hold on a second there. You sure it's not hate speech, Brad? I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's just an opinion. The guy made a video. He said the movie looks like a piece of shit. And hey, you know what? He's right. It does look like a fucking piece of shit. And he says that he's not going to go see it. But people somehow are twisting this video around, all around, twisting it, corkscrewing this motherfucker all up, because they're saying that this was hate speech against feminists. You know, like, what? How? In what way is this true? How is this hate speech against feminists? How is this woman hating? I don't understand. You know, it's okay, I get it. All the Ghostbuster cast members are women. Point taken. I see that. I have eyes. I looked at the trailer. I hated it, by the way. James Rolfe is saying that he doesn't think a new Ghostbusters should be made without the original cast. Especially since Bill Murray is just going to be in some fucking pointless cameo appearance. And he's not even going to be starring as himself, as the character that he played in Ghostbusters 1 and 2. James Rolfe also feels that if they weren't going to get Bill Murray and they weren't going to get Harold Ramis, then the whole point of making a Ghostbusters movie seems kind of pointless. And by the way, making a third Ghostbusters movie went through developmental hell. And you can check that out also on James Ross' Sinner Massacre channel. And I think he did a good job with that video too, because I knew about Ghostbusters 3, and I knew about everything involving the video game, but I didn't know that there were that many contradicting reports about it. But anyway, this is not Ghostbusters 3. Oh, fuck no, this ain't Ghostbusters motherfucking 3. You know what this is? This is just this. It's a reboot. So the Atlantic and all the others, they go and they list a bunch of movies that in fact were not reboots. They're sequels, such as James Bond. We're like in the 20-something James Bond movie. It's not a reboot. They've been doing different Bonds. And yes, you know something I have noticed? That lately, The Amazing Atheist and myself, our viewpoints have kind of been in sync about this, about the SJWs, the social justice warriors. Amazing Atheist used to be a big-time liberal, and I thought that this guy would be, coinciding with these people. But guess what? Actually, he's doing the exact opposite. He's actually going against these motherfuckers. And to the Amazing Atheist, I know you're probably not watching my video, but, I'm just going to say it anyway. I got to give this guy a thumbs up. I think he's doing excellent work on his channel. And I've actually started watching him again as a result. So, here's the thing. So, back to this article in The Atlantic, which you could just type it into Google. Just type feminist Ghostbusters, whatever it is, or James Rolfe, Ghostbusters, feminist, whatever. Use the keywords there. They're saying Star Wars. Star Wars wasn't rebooted, you dumbasses. It was not rebooted. That's episode 7. That's the sequel to Return of the Jedi. I mean, if you're going to give a huge list, at least know what you're talking about. All right. So, but this is what the whole argument is about. This ain't just towards James Rolfe. This is towards the 500,000 dislikes on the YouTube trailer. Yes, the trailer that the movie studio posted on YouTube for people to watch the trailer. It got 500,000 dislikes. That is groundbreaking. That was record-breaking. They've never had that many dislikes, even for movies that have already been disliked, that have been already released. That are shit. The Transformers, Age of Extinction, doesn't have that many dislikes. What does that tell you? That's a shit fucking movie. This means that people totally fucking hate it, and they're standing in unison against this piece of shit. Barely anybody likes it. I really have yet to see one positive comment. Usually you've got these, these people that will say, oh, give the movie a chance. Something, when a trailer looks that bad, I ain't giving shit a chance. And if it ends up being good, I'll be the first one to stand here and say that, hey, you know what? I am going to see it. And you know what? I really don't know if I'm going to see it or not. I'm not saying that I'm not. I might just be curious to go check it out, and I think I am. I'm not as strong of principles as James Rolfe. Hell, I'll probably even see the next Transformers movie. And half of the reason will be so I can just have fun, come here on YouTube and tear that shit apart. Ha-ha! Why not? It's my life, it's now or never. I'm gonna review it forever. I'm gonna do what I want. It's a free country. I could do it if I please. And I'm seeing that these are men writing these articles for The Guardian and The Atlantic, and it's like, why are they such strong feminists? Are they just trying to get laid by trying to get on women's good side? And anyway, all these feminists are fucking ugly anyway. I'm just going to be perfectly honest. Oh, is that hate speech? No. Hey, I can just say, hey, I'm joking. Maybe I'm joking. You don't know. But, anyway, it's like, yeah, what are you guys trying to get laid? You're writing all about feminist principles. How does this affect you? You're a fucking man. But, okay, so let's talk about it. The feminist angle of all this. And, hey, Brad, so how about these women in the movie? As I said, Jenny McCarthy is a fat fuck. I mean, Jenny McCarthy. Jenny McCarthy is beautiful. Melissa McCarthy, Melissa McCarthy, who's starring in this movie. No, not Jenny McCarthy. God, no. That's like a 200-pound difference. Melissa McCarthy is a fat fuck, okay? She is not that great of an actress. She's like one of these actresses, you know. She just tries to act overly silly. She doesn't have any style. She doesn't have any grace on the silver screen. She doesn't really have all that much to offer. Just a bunch of really bad movies. She hasn't put out any movies that were good. I went to go see one of her movies with a female friend. That was The Heat. I've done the review on the movie. Check back in 2013 if you want to check out my review. And I panned the movie. I said it was terrible. I did not like the movie at all. I thought that it was not only overly acted, but it was just bad. You know, it was just bad quality, a bad plot, a bad story, bad acting, bad characters. Didn't like anything about it. Many more movies have come out from Melissa McCarthy, and they're just as bad from what I've seen from the critics. So I don't understand why all of a sudden we're defending this movie just because it's got 500,000 dislikes. I mean, you know, if that's the thing, then address the quality of this movie. You know. Anyway, so let's look at all the other actresses. All the other actresses, most of them anyway, I think like maybe one or so is not. They're SNL stars, current SNL stars. Maybe they recently left the show. I don't know. SNL hasn't been good for 20 fucking years. Hey, you know, even most people agree with that. Most people agree that, like, Kenan Thompson and all that, those people aren't funny. I still didn't even think it was funny during the Jimmy Fallon and Tina Fey era. Didn't think it was funny at all. When Ghostbusters came out, those guys, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, were fresh off of SNL. And these guys were hot. They were ready to go and make a great movie. And Bill Murray had already been experienced in making great movies. And he'd go on to make some great movies. So look at the two leads here. Bill Murray and Melissa McCarthy. Do you see why people have a problem here? Just based off of the lead star, the lead cast member. Do you see why this is not a good replacement for Bill Murray, to have Melissa McCarthy replace Bill Murray? I'm just trying to make you guys see this. I don't mean to be repetitious here, but I gotta put it in a certain way so people finally understand. It's not a good replacement. She is not even a quarter, not even 0.00001 as good as the legendary Bill Murray. The guy is a screen acting legend. He's a comedy god. He was one of the reasons why SNL was so successful. And same goes for Dan Aykroyd. And you're not going to have him either. But Bill Murray's he's got a cameo, that's it. And he's not even playing himself. And all these other actresses, they're just unfunny, current gen SNL stars that nobody finds funny. They're not funny, okay? And that is why people don't want to see it. They don't like this cast. It's stupid. And they've got some dumbass fucking jokes in the trailer. Dumbass fucking jokes that are not funny. It doesn't look funny. The cast is not good. The whole trailer looks like garbage. Can anybody just understand that? And I see the argument that people are saying, but this is what people do when they write these fucking articles and shit. It ain't even a fucking movie review. Remember when I said this? But this is about movies, so these are like movie critics writing about it. Remember I said movie critics have lost all integrity, all credibility, and their reputations have gone down the drain. These guys are just beyond ridiculous. Now they have stooped so low as not only to, rate movies extremely fucking low for no reason, and they're on the take. They're taking, money to review movies bad and give good reviews to movies like Civil War. Hey, like I said, I could see why somebody might like Civil War. Wasn't for me. But just looking at a 90-something% on there puts a bad taste in my mouth. It makes me think something's up. But it's not about that. Anyway, to lose further credibility, they're actually going after moviegoers. Something that their jobs depend on. The movie critics depend on the moviegoers. Because if people are not going to the movies, suddenly their column, their movie review column, seems all that much less relevant in the world, don't you think? So they depend on people going to the movies. So they're just launching a full-scale assault on moviegoers, saying that they're idiots, that they're hateful, feminists and everything. Even Donald Trump made a video, and he even said the same thing, which I'll get to this in another video. They're remaking Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. And they are making Ghostbusters with all women. What is going on? Exactly. And that's why they did that, because the feminist movement is at its peak right now. And the SJWs have gone fucking crazy. So that's how it got to the point that it's at. That's why we're at this point of this mess. This fractured, broken, pseudo Ghostbusters 3. That's how we got to this point. They managed to get their ultra-feminist movie out, and to no surprise, it looks like fucking garbage. And that's sort of karma in a way. When you treat people shitty, you call them hateful, you call them woman haters, and then your movie comes out looking like a giant heap of fucking steaming fucking bat guano. That's exactly what you deserve. You get what you deserve. And, it's like, how is there even a debate here? The movie looks awful. We don't even need to even get to this feminist, movement and that people are misogynists because they hate the movie. So, 500,000 people are misogynists because they thumbs down the YouTube trailer. And it never once does it run through anybody's head that this is maybe their opinion. The people that watch the trailer, maybe it's their opinion, and they don't like the movie for, because it looks bad. Did you ever think of that? Maybe it has nothing to do with the fucking feminists? Ever think that for 1 second? That maybe James Rolfe isn't hateful. He stated right there. And this is probably where I'm just going to close the video, because this is probably the best way of saying it. He said that he is not going to see the movie because he will, and he explained this also in the Ghostbusters 3 video as well. He's not going to see the movie because it doesn't look good. Why is he going to go to a movie just so he could come on YouTube, review it, and just say how bad it is, when he knew how bad it was going to be? It is a bit silly. I do it sometimes, just for my own entertainment. I just like to see, it's like a fucking car wreck. I just want to see how bad it can be, That's why everybody always rubbernecks on the highway. It's why would you want to look at that? It's disgusting, people's bodies are mangled, but you can't help yourself sometimes but look at it. It's the car crash mentality. I've explained this time and time again. It's the reason why I watch WWE and stuff. But then he put it this way, how everybody complains about the Michael Bay movies, the Michael Bay Transformers movies being so bad, and they keep making so many of them. It's because people go to see them because they make hundreds of millions of billions of dollars. And that's why Michael Bay is able to keep on turning out all these shitty-ass movies, because people go see them. So, at least James Rolfe is taking a stand against bad movies, and he's not going to go see it based on those merits. That is why he is panning Ghostbusters before he's even seen it. because we got a pretty good Lent trailer there. And he's just letting you know he did not like it, and he's not going to see it based on principle, because the movie really doesn't have that much to do with Ghostbusters, besides the suits being there, the logo, the music, and the concept, but everything else, the style of humor, it's all off. I'm not going to go see him. I'll probably go see it, like I said, but he's not going to go see a movie that kind of just spits in the face of one of his most beloved childhood movie franchises. So, that's the reason right there. It's not because he's a misogynist. The guy is married, by the way, so I don't think he hates women. Just saying. I don't know. But it has nothing to do about that. So yeah, I just love the mentality nowadays in this country. It's not good enough to give the reason that the movie doesn't look good and it's got a terrible cast, and maybe Melissa McCarthy is not the great lead actress that all the critics have led us to believe. They always say how great she is, but all her movies get shit ratings. So, I don't really get that. But I love, like I said, how it works in this country. You can't just give that as a reason of why you don't like the movie. They gotta always delve deeper into it. Oh, it's not because you don't like the Quiet movie. It's just because it's women in it. I can't really think off the top of my head, movies that had girls in it. Oh, okay, Jessica Jones, for example. I love Jessica Jones, and that had a lead female actress. That was a great show. I thought that show was amazing. I think it was well acted, and and I think it was probably one of the best Marvel things ever. I think all the episodes of Jessica Jones totally blow Civil War out of the water. So, okay, it's like there are good movies. There's been movies with female actresses. I like Kill Bill that starred Uma Thurman. Okay, so it's like, I think James Rolfe has also reviewed movies with lead female actresses, and he's probably given them good reviews, I think. So I'm just saying, there's just many other people. I'm sure those 500,000 people who dislike the video also, like movies that have females in them in starring roles. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I can't even believe that I have to do a video on this and explain it. It's like, I feel like I have to get down to a subterranean level, with people. It's like, I feel like a larva or something, like I'm devolving just by talking about this. All you people want to be progressive, but we've already progressed beyond this point where this should be a moot point. We shouldn't even have to talk about this, about that we're woman haters because we don't like a movie trailer. Give me a fucking break. Just give me a fucking break already. I can't stand you motherfuckers. I can't stand you fucking feminists getting offended by everything. 2016 is a disgusting year where people complain about everything. The whole world has to cater towards them. Grow the fuck up! Man up! Get some balls, get a fucking vagina, I don't fucking know. Just learn to deal with opinions already, for fuck's sakes. How long has YouTube and the internet been around for? And we're still, every time somebody gives a fucking opinion, everybody's got to jump out of their fucking skin. I mean, it's enough already. Enough! It's enough already. Stop! We are not woman haters. We're not, like, anti-feminists. I mean, a lot of you feminists are just fucking assholes, but that's besides the point. It's like, but yeah, you guys are acting like assholes. Can we make a video where we talk about what we dislike? I mean, like, here, I think I laid out pretty nicely of why I don't like the movie. I said that I'm probably going to go see it, because I just want to check it out. But James Rolfe gave good reasons. He made 2 videos on it. I really don't see why this is up for debate. Like, we have to be challenged and we have to answer for our fucking crimes. We're being put on trial, and we're not even committing a crime. All we're doing is just saying that we don't like the way how the movie looks, and we wish it could have been better. And therefore, we don't want to see it. You know, like I said, but some people will go see it. That doesn't mean that 500,000 people who dislike the video are not going to go see it. Probably going to be like me. They're probably curious. They're going to give the movie a chance. I'll give the movie a chance. But, you know, it's like I know I'm going to be wasting my time because the trailer looks god-awful. Alright? Not a misogynist, not a woman hater, not anti-feminist. Just think the movie looks like shit. Okay? Alright, guys. Have a nice day.